Have you ever seen pictures of, or better yet, been to Waynesville? It's just west of Asheville, nestled between the Great Smoky and Blue Ridge Mountains. It's beautiful. And there's something happening there that may be the tip of the spear. In this town of just over 10,000, about 100 people showed up to protest a mask mandate. Now, when 100 people show up at a Raleigh City Council meeting, that's a lot. In Waynesville, that's huge. So you can imagine how citizens reacted when they were told to fill out forms and wait outside and put on a mask, which touched off a group chant of, "Take it outside." Local elected officials eventually said people should wear a mask to speak, but they don't have to. According to the local newspaper, The Mountaineer, Waynesville town leaders backpedaled on the mask mandate, even blaming the paper, which seems to have some pretty solid notes that the mayor and others were supportive of it. I bring this up because of Roy Cooper's recent letter to local governments urging them to win hearts and minds of North Carolinians by, get this, fining businesses for not enforcing mask mandates, reducing what he calls mass gatherings to essentially isolation events, cutting off alcohol sales even earlier, shutting down bars altogether, and adding even more restrictions on restaurants. This governor, who wouldn't allow law enforcement to protect taxpayer property, who didn't support police protecting private property, now wants law enforcement to cite people who don't wear a mask. This is Cooper politically weaponizing COVID. His own data and science don't support these draconian measures, as our John Sanders points out weekly by putting COVID data into context. A few facts you need to know. North Carolina's total case count, which is the big number you constantly hear from the Cooper-Cohen cabal, including the media, only 1/10 of our total cases are active cases, meaning infectious. In fact, active cases represent 0.2% of North Carolina's total population. And here's the really important one. Over 99.7% of people in North Carolina pose no threat to anyone of passing along a virus that most of us have never had. Of course, we should be careful about COVID, but there's no reason to be paralyzed with fear over it. Waynesville residents, they may show us how that's done. Now, if you have feedback for me, email me at therightaoc@johnlocke.org. And for your weekly dose of COVID data in context, visit johnlocke.org. And for all the news you won't get anywhere else, visit carolinajournal.com. Stay safe, stay healthy, and please be sure to vote.